Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting back to telling time. Now, we've worked on time before, so we're going to start with a short review and then we're going to get a little trickier. So you'll remember on a clock, there's two different hands. The hour hand is shorter and it will tell you the hour. So in this case, it's pointing to the 7, so it's 7 something. The minute hand is longer, just like the word minute is longer than the word hour, and it points to the minute. When we're counting the minutes, we count by fives. So we'd count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So the time on this clock is 7:25. So we would write it 7:25. Now we're going to try a little bit of practice. I'm going to show you a clock, and I want you to see if you can tell what time the clock says with the hour and minute. To make sure you have adequate time to tell the time, each time I put up a clock, I'm going to throw this ping pong ball 3 times, and that should give you enough time to figure out what time that clock shows. And then I'll show you the answer, and we'll try another one before we get even trickier. All right, here's our first time. Did you figure it out? That time is 5:15. Hour hand is pointing to the 5. The minute hand is pointing to the 3. If we count by 5 3 times, 5, 10, 15, we get 15. So that time is 5:15. Let's try another one. Did you get the time? On this clock, the hour hand is pointing to the 10. The minute hand is pointing to the 2, 5, 10. So this clock shows the time of 10:10. Let's try one more. Did you figure it out? This one might be a little bit trickier. The hour hand is getting close to the 10, but it's not at the 10 yet. So it's actually 9, and the minute hand is pointing to the 8. So if we count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, the time on this clock is 9:40. But what if, like on this clock, the minute hand isn't pointing exactly to a number? We can tell that the hour hand is pointing to the 1, but the minute hand is in between the 3 and the 4. So this is how we tell time to the minute. I'm going to start by counting by 5s for the numbers that are before my minute hand, like this. 5, 10, 15. Now at the 3, I'm at 15. See those little teeny lines between the 3 and the 4? Those are 1-minute intervals. So once I've counted to the 15, I can change to counting by 1s to get the rest of them. So I went 5, 10, 15. Now I'm going to count by 1s instead. 16, 17, 18. So this time is 1:18. That's a more accurate way to tell time. Let's try another one. So on this one, we're going to start by writing the hour time. So I'm going to write 4, since my hour hand is closer to is after the 4, but not at the 5 yet. Now I'm going to skip count by 5s to find the closest one to my minute hand, and then switch to counting by 1s. Watch and see if you can count along with me. So I'm going to start with the 1 and count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I've reached the 1 that's before there. So I was at 40, and now I'm switching to counting by 1s. 41, 42. So this time shows 4:42. Maybe you got the same time when you were trying it. Let's try one more together before you try a couple independently. Now looking at this clock, I can see that the hour hand is pointing at the 8. So I'm going to go ahead and write that 8 so I don't have to worry about it. Now I'm going to do my skip counting by 5s and then skip counting by 1s till I get to my minute hand. Don't worry about that really skinny red hand. That's the second hand. Very rarely do you need to tell time to the second. I'm just going to ignore it. So first I'm going to count by 5s to the closest one before my minute hand. Ready? 5, That was easy. Now I'm going to count the little lines between my 5 and where my minute hand is. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8. So this time shows 8, 8. That's not how we say it. We say it 8, 0, 8. So we've done a couple practices now. You look at the hour hand, look at the minute hand, skip count by 5s, then skip count by 1s. We're going to do a couple of practice ones now. I'm going to show you a clock. I'm going to throw my ping pong ball 5 times to give you a little bit of extra time to work on it. After you've made your guess, I'll go over what the answer is for you. The more you participate in practice, the better at this you'll be. All right, guys, take a look at this clock. See if you can figure out what the time says to the minute. I'll wait. Did you get it? Let's check. So my hour hand, it's in between the 6 and the 7, but it's not quite at the 7 yet, so the hour is 6. Then I'm going to count by 5s for my minute hand first. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Time to switch to 1s. 41, 42, 43, 44. So this time is 6:44. Oh man, this is the hardest one. I'm going to give you 6 throws of the ping pong ball to figure this one out. There's actually 2 ways that this is more challenging. That's why I left it till last. Let's see how you do. All right, guys, that was 6 throws. Let's give it a try. Now, the first thing that's tricky is the hour hand. The hour hand is very, very, very close to the 4, but it's not at the 4 yet. So my hour reads as 3. Now I'm going to do all my skip counting. Now, I could start from the 1 and go 5, 10, all the way around, but last time we did this, I noticed a shortcut. I know the 6 is always going to be 30. So I can skip count by 5s the whole way around, or I can start at the 6 and start at 30 and count from there. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to skip ahead to 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Now I'm going to trade and go to 1s, 55, 56. So this time is 3:56. And that explains why the hour hand is so close to 4, because in just 4 minutes, it'll be 4 o'clock. Not 4 o'clock yet, just really, really close. So you're going to be trying to practice this skill, telling time to the minute, on your math activity for today. Good luck. I think you can do it.